Hi everyone, it's Heather Darnall. Welcome back to my art channel. Thank you for joining me for another video. Recently we got a pretty good amount of rain, well, at least for California. California always needs rain. And it makes sense, I mean, it is April, so April showers bring May flowers. But anyway, I was really hoping that I would see a rainbow, and I didn't get to see one. So, well, maybe there was one, I don't know, but when you live in a city, there's lots of things that can obstruct your view, like buildings and stuff. And so maybe, I don't know. Since I didn't see one, I figure, well, that'll be my motivation or my inspiration to go ahead and do some sort of rainbow painting. So I'm going to do it in like a swiping method. I'm really just want to try to see how the colors blend when I swipe, and then add some gold in there to really see how it can even bring the colors to a warmer level, or even how the gold might even keep them at a cool level type of thing, because gold is a very warm color. And so when you mix gold with like, a green or blue or purple or something, the cooler shades, it's kind of interesting to see how if it neutralizes it, or if it actually, brings it down to a warmer shade. So either way, gold is just a really pretty color. I love how it brings a lot of like shimmer and just detail to a painting. And so that's what we're going to do. But before we get started, today's ministry snack comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. And it reads, "Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all of the host of them. And on the seventh day God finished his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all of his work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all of his work that he had done in creation." Okay, so in chapter 1, God is basically going over how he had created everything and how he had finished everything. So by the end of chapter 1, he's basically checking everything out that he did, and he called it good. He was super pleased. And on that day that he completed everything was the seventh day, and the day that he separated it from all the other days. He sanctified it, separated it, and he made it holy. It was a special day. It was a day of rest. It was a day of reflection. It was a day of acknowledgement of all that he had done and all that he had wanted to do, and how he brought it into existence, and how he was pleased. And therefore, he set the example to Adam and Eve, going, hey, this seventh day that I rested and I completed my work, you're going to do the same. Which is pretty neat. If you think about it, the number 7 in the Bible is a representation of completion, while the number 8 is a representation of newness. So on the following day, where we pick up and start over again, we are renewed. We have a sense of refreshment. We have a sense of being recharged, so that we are able to pick up and do what we needed to or what we need to take care of with ease, because we have been rested. Now, what's super important is to make sure we don't take out of context that word, the fact that God rested, and assume that he was super tired. I mean, because it does sound like that, it would definitely make him tired with all that he had made and created. But he does not get tired. He doesn't expend energy. He doesn't exhaust himself. He is all powerful, omnipotent. He is everything that we can't even imagine a God to be, which makes him God. While on the other hand, we get exhausted. We have limitations. We have capacities, and therefore, because we have all these issues or limitations, like I said, we naturally assume that God has the same. We associate him being like us, and while he is like us on a number of levels, he is so not like us on a number of levels, which makes him perfect, which makes him holy, and which makes it all the more reason we should follow and be more like him, because he is so perfect and holy. But this example he set was so significant, even wanted the ground to get rest. You guys, it is the reason everything has rest, because everything down to the ground will have benefit. So if you are a farmer, or you've even gardened before, or even not, you'll know now that when you give the ground rest, the reason why crop rotation is practice or exercise is because when you give the ground rest, you will find that the next time that you have planted something, it will bring forth higher yields in food. The fruit will be more fruitful. I mean, it is seriously a big deal, and it's why he made it a big deal, specifically in the book of Leviticus, which is also in the Old Testament, saying, hey, there's a reason why everything has to have rest, including the ground. You want to eat, then follow my rules, because if you let the ground have rest, you're going to eat better. You know what I mean? So it just kind of spilled down of everything, of the reason why and its significance of it, for everybody to simply follow this very supposed to be simple rule, but someone like myself that needs to take heed to this message make it super difficult because I'm super prideful and I act like I know what's best for me. And so I tried to do things, 7 days a week, 100 miles an hour, without realizing that when I don't take a break, that I'm not only making myself suffer, but my family. And by the end of the day, especially by the end of the week, I am done. I'm fried, put a fork in me. I can't focus on anything. Everything's been a blur. And then I wonder what my problem is. It's because I denied the blessing of rest. And so we need to get out of our minds that, hey, 7 days a week at the gym, no days off, total beast mode is not acceptable. I mean, do it if you want, because that's your choice. That's the freedom that God gave us. But you're going to find yourself stumbling. You're going to find your muscle mass is decreasing. Your cortisol stress levels will increase. I mean, so there's all kinds of negative things. We really just need to be mindful about the overall purpose and intention of rest. But we do have to do 7 days a week if we are parents, is to be a parent. God never ceases to be our parent. He's never going to be like, well, since I created everything, I need a break on Saturday, Saturday being the last day of the week, I'm going to take a break from watching all of my cherished children. Yeah, I really need a break. That is not how he is putting anything down on the table. That is not how he rolls. He is setting the example by constantly being there for us, always watching over us, always taking care of us, just like we do for our kids. And if he did let go of everything, if he did take a break, then this whole world would fall apart. There'd be no purpose for him making it because it would just fall apart. So why let something that you created, that you cherish, that you love, just go to shambles? You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. So the things that can wait should wait. The things that can't wait, don't wait. Like you don't wait on being a parent. You don't wait on making a good choice and setting the right example. So those are two specific things that are very, very separate, but both equally important. So while this message is about rest, it is not necessarily resting from things that need to be done on a full-time basis, like being a parent. The Sabbath is something that we can look at as, in another way, as seeking Jesus for rest, because he does say in the Gospel of Matthew, let me read it right quick, come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I am the rest. I am the rest from your nervous breakdown. I am the rest from all your physical strength that you've expended pushing, pulling, whatever it is that you do on your job that's, heavy or manual labor. I will give you rest from all the frustration you have had during the week with people, family, work, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you need rest from, I will give it to you. I am limitless. So we can essentially, he's basically trading our heavy burden for his light burden, because he knows we need rest and he can give it to us. And I know it's very, very hard to do. Like I said, I'm the one who struggles the most with that. But it is so good to know that we don't have to take the Sabbath and separate it physically and make that day holy and just sit down and really not do anything. That's a good example to set if you want to. There really is a benefit of just not vacuuming and doing other household things or whatever it is that you don't have to do that day and put them on hold. That's a very good thing, but it's not held to our accountability. What we are suggested to do, out of the fact that Christ loves us so much, he is not even forced upon us. He's just offering himself as a source of rest, because he is our true rest. So let's consider him and all that we do, including our paintings and our fabulous artwork that can actually take a rest, so that when we are rested, we can come back to the canvas, come back to whatever working surface we have, be refreshed and recouped and re-energized to all of a sudden think of things that are so beautiful to put on the canvas, to show to others and glorify God through our artwork. So, all right, guys, think about that rest, its significance. Like I said, Lord knows I need to pay attention to it the most. I'm the biggest sinner on that one. Woo! And so many other things too. But keep it dear to your heart. There is rest. There is a source. There is a way. If you want it, seek it, and you shall find it. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, so let's get started. I have my 10 by 20 deep panel canvas, and what I did to prepare for this painting is I lightly drew in some little pencil marks just to kind of give me an idea of the even spacing that I want between the colors, really just to ensure that I have room for all the colors, because I would hate to just guess and go, oh no, I ran out of room, I don't have enough room for the last 2 colors or something. So these little lines that you probably can't see are there for that reason, not to make sure I have straight, you know, painter's tape edged lines. They're really just to make sure I'm gonna have enough room for all of my colors. So it might be something that you want to do yourself if you have like a ton of colors, because I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. And so what I found myself having room for was about 2 1/4, at least that's what I remember. I think I remember it was like 2 1/4 inch spacing between each color for a 10 by 20 canvas. So if you're using a different size canvas, you might want to calculate differently as far as the spacing in between. Okay, so my paints are just mixed with Floetrol and water, so really nothing special. No gloss medium. I just, like I said, wanted to keep it simple. I'm just planning on putting a gloss varnish on top of that. So, and my painting, or my mixing ratio of the paints, I couldn't tell you anymore. I just eyeball it, and so an overall guesstimate, I would say about a 2 to 1, and for at least for this specific consistency for a project like this. Now, if it was more fluid, then I would probably say 3 to 1, but this is just an estimate. Like I said, I just eyeball my paint mixture. But if I can be helpful at all, I would suggest your paints to have like a mound, kind of like a, I don't know if this is really even a good angle, but it should have like a soft mound on a mound type of thing. Not heaping, not, you know, I don't want it peanut butter thick, and I don't want it watery, like, you know, runny, like it's watery. I just want it, you know, semi thick. I don't know if I'm making sense, but hopefully if it came into view pretty decently, then hopefully you'll get a better idea of the consistency that is pretty ideal for this type of project. So everybody's going to be different, but for me, this is what I want to do. All right, now, so I'm going to go ahead and just drizzle the paint in each colors, and I'm not going to tilt it right away. I kind of want to just make a bed or a pillow of paint and do all what I want to do, and then tilt it. So hopefully it'll make sense on how I'm envisioning my composition to turn out. So I'm going to start with a Napthol Crimson. Now I have about 2.5 ounces or so of paint in each cup. And I kind of want to drizzle a little in each too. So I'm going to have some reserve here like that. Again, I don't want perfectly, ooh, kind of spilled into my, oh well. I don't want perfectly cut edges. I want some, you know, different colors and shades in there as well, just to kind of, I guess, help break it up. I'm not sure, but anyway. Plus, I think it looks more fun. Yes. I have to go backwards here. All right. And so this was a Cadmium Orange Hue, Cadmium Yellow Deep Hue. What is this? Lime Green, almost forgot. And then this one is a light green permanent, but I mixed a tidbit of a hooker's green permanent, or deep hooker's green in there, because I felt like the lime green was just a little too bright. I wanted to kind of really make sure there's a difference in shades of the greens. Okay, like that. And come back to this. Then this is a brilliant blue. Then I have an ultramarine in the So then this is Deep Violet. Oh my goodness. My doggy, my doggy, my doggy. She acts like she's never seen anybody. So I pardon my background noise with her. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about here. I think I didn't put enough rooms and I have all this extra space, so I will have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to tilt down just to dump some. But then again, I don't know. Okay. All right. No. I don't even know if this will make a difference. Okay. Now, let's torch this right quick. So much nicer than my other torch. It sounded like it was gonna bring the house down. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I want to drizzle a line of gold down here, and then take a damp paper towel and just swipe from the line going from the middle towards the end. And then I will tilt it because I kind of want to have the cells, if any, hopefully they will stretch pretty good. And so it'll cover the entire composition instead of just little pockets. But this is all experimental. Hopefully it'll turn out how I'm hoping. I'm looking at this right now and thinking, oh my goodness, I really hope I have enough paint for this. I really probably should do a paint calculator next time. And I know there's a few good sources that have paint calculators for estimates for any type of size project you're working on. I know Olga Solby has one. I know another one, Left Brain Artist has one, which by the way, that guy, he's pretty much my go-to. He's got a lot of videos. Really enjoy his work, and he, I want to say, has answered a ton of my questions when I started pouring. He just really is, I guess he's kind of fitting for him because it's according to his bio or whatever, he's like a techie guy by day. And so it makes sense for his techie sense to kind of carry over into his artwork. And so really appreciate that. So if you ever get a chance to check him out yourself, please do. I think you'll have a lot of questions answered in your work area too. But let me go ahead and continue here. So I'm going to draw this gold down, or drop it down, I should say. And I'm going to drop it off of the canvas because I don't want one big blob, you know, to just go right there, and then, you know what I mean, I want an even consistent line. So now I have my damp paper towel that I just kind of cut some sheets here, I don't know, a few inches or so. This actually doesn't look that damp. Let me try to re-wet that. And I have like 6 pieces, so I can just discard after one use or so. So here, let's see if this even works. Well, I don't really see much cell activity going on. I do see a few bubbles that I'll have to pop, but I was kind of hoping for more of a breakup. That's okay. We'll just see how it turns out. We'll see though, I was actually looking for my plastic piece of paper, or a plastic sheet rather. Can't find it. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll use a paper towel. And now I'm kind of like, ugh. They're so flimsy. It's kind of why I didn't want to use paper towels to begin with. I'm just kind of drag like so. Drop that one in the trash. Okay, let's see here. And this side. Recycle this side, or flip it over, I guess. I'd have to cut a few more squares for, ooh, oh, that was a close one. I thought I dripped some on the floor. Yeah, I might have to cut a few more squares to do the other side. Yeah, that's okay. Doesn't take a lot of time to do that. All right. Okay, that paper towel is kind of funky, so I'm gonna try that again. Oh. I don't know if I'm gonna need much because my plan is to kind of dump some, but now I don't even know if I'll have to do that because it looks pretty evened out. Whoop. There. I don't think I dampened these enough either. Okay, there's that. Now this side. Weird process. I don't do many swipes. I don't even do a lot of acrylic pouring, to be honest. I try to balance my time between doing traditional brushstroke artwork and pouring. I mean, they're just, how do you decide, you know? It's like chocolate or vanilla. Both so good. So, all right, I'm just going to cut a few strips here. So if this is understandably boring, please feel free to skip ahead. If not, I don't think I'll be too much longer. Maybe just a few extra pieces. Oh. Okay. I think I'm running out of the gold lining here. I'm trying to keep it really centered to that. Okay. This might need it. 2 more pieces. Ooh. Sorry, I'm yawning. I've been up pretty early. All right. Oh. Ah, these are so flimsy. That's all right. Still effective. And the last side. That doesn't look like I really did much on that side. Oh, now I see some cells going on. Cool. All right, dump a little more gold here. All right, now we'll try. Okay. Bam. Done. Cool. Now let's see how this turns out when I, torch, almost forgot, okay. Alrighty. Let's see, here we go. Ooh, it's a close one. Remember, I'm trying not to dump everything off. I want to, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna be so worried about that red. Ah. All right, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? I might have to go like that and then bring it back down. And then, I don't know if you can even see this. Kind of cool. Again, I'm not looking for anything perfectly straight. I'm looking for zigzags. Well, I don't really see a lot of zigzag here, but I mean, you know, just some movement, some shape. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get on the coverage. So, yeah, I would probably need a little bit more paint next time. I mean, I have some left over, but I don't think I'm in a position to just start adding on top of this. So, alrighty. Did I get it back in line here? Okay, this should be good enough. All right, let me torch it again. All right. And I think what's nice here, I got this, the majority, like all the sides covered here. So really all I have to worry about are the corners, and those are super simple to cover. I can go over that with just, you know, cadmium red hue, or excuse me, not cadmium, Napthol Crimson red here, and then medium magenta, which I don't think I had mentioned as I was dropping it, and put that along the sides there. So, I was hoping for more cells, a more stretched look of cells, sort of like, you know, more lacing, I guess. Did not really get that, but it's still pretty cool. Like a little swipey movement, you know, going on here. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it is dry and how the gold reflects. So I'll bring it down for a close-up. All right, here's the close-up. I am super bummed that I did not get, you know, lacing out of this whole method of swiping. Floetrol is usually a key or a common ingredient that's like a main cell activator to get that type of look, but I don't know. I mixed these paints like 2 nights ago or something, and I know the longer your paints sit, you know, the bubbles just, it takes, the longer they sit, you know, the more time that they have to rise to the surface and pop, and so the bubbles are going to be pretty minimal. Like I said, I don't know if that's a contributing factor, but I will tell you, look at this shimmering in here. That's pretty sexy. I do like that. And I do like the movement that I got in here. So I think overall, I'm pretty pleased. I like how it turned out. So now let's check out the dried result. All right, check this out. I have some gloss varnish on here, and I love how the light reflects the gold. It's almost like a golden rainbow. It's just so neat how the gold goes so well with these colors. It really just complements them nicely.
Now, I'll probably revisit this project in the future because I am determined to get that lacing effect on top, which I clearly didn't get that here. And a lot of my medium magenta's gone, so, you know, oh well. Funny, I thought I'd have too much of that. But as I said before, for a first attempt, I really like the outcome, regardless if I didn't get what I wanted out of this. But the key thing is just to, you know, always have fun. So this concludes this demo, and if you want to try this project for yourself, all my paints and supplies are listed in the description. But if you like this, please be sure to not only share it, but to also hit like and subscribe for more videos. Liking helps other YouTubers find these videos so more people can enjoy it as well. But more importantly, remember to thank God for this opportunity and always paint from the soul. See you next time. Bye.